Welcome to the Lamb News Network. All the news you can use without the COVID-19 blues. Let's jump right in. In archaeology, a mammoth task is being undertaken. Archaeologists in Russia have uncovered one of the oldest structures made of mammoth bones. It is estimated that the bones of at least 60 mammoths were used to form a ring-like structure. Structures like these are not uncommon across Russia and Europe, but until this find, it has always been thought that these structures were used as potential shelters during harsh winters. But now, finding this one, whose size is 12.5 meters across, brings that into question, since the open roof on a structure this large would be next to impossible to cover, given the primitive tools available to them. It is now being questioned whether these structures were used for food, shelter, or rituals. Could your personality lead to a lower risk of dementia and Alzheimer's? Let's hope so, because my personality is amazing. A group of Scandinavian researchers set out to find the answer to this question by studying a group of elderly individuals for nearly 5 years. The findings, using a number of personality testing methods combined with cognitive measuring tools such as an MRI, suggest that the more agreeable a person is, the higher the likelihood that they may have cognitive degeneration earlier in life. It appears that being a people pleaser can actually be bad for you in more ways than one. So could this mark the end of yes men and the herd mentality? Or will this just mean that the rebels of society will remember their younger years a little better than others? Time will tell. In science news, I guess those last two stories were science, but in science news, inside of it, while any fat kid on Halloween can find the end of a Snickers bar, scientists young and old have been searching for the edge of Milky Way for years. While scientists know the edges of the brightest part of the Milky Way galaxy are 120,000 light years across, they had little to no way of measuring the outer rim of the galaxy that is made up primarily of dark matter and other gases. Now, Alice Deason, an astrophysicist at Durham University in England, believes she has found the precise measurement, using surrounding galaxies' edges to define our own. The precise diameter of the Milky Way galaxy is now known to be 1.9 million light years, give or take 0.4 million light years. Seems like a large margin of error, but I'm no astrophysicist. To put that into perspective, it's really, really big. ScienceNews.org says if you imagine the space between the Earth and the Sun as 1 inch, then the actual space between the Earth and the Moon relative to that, that's how big it is. A lot of inches. You can do the math. I'm not a mathematician. I'm a news anchor. The console battles continue. The ongoing console battle between Microsoft and Sony continues while PC gamers stay in their rooms and laugh at everyone. Both consoles are ramping up for a holiday release rumored to be around Thanksgiving this year, and the closer we get, the more we're finding out. While the battle for market share and brand recognition remains in the hands of Sony and the PlayStation console, Microsoft says it has Sony beat in one main area that matters. Teraflops, guys. Teraflops. Contrary to what I believed, this is not a form of beach footwear, but rather a measurement by which the speed of gaming consoles can be measured. Yeah, pretty cut and dry there. And Microsoft's new Xbox Series X console boasts a heavy 12.15 teraflops to Sony's 10.29 teraflops. Sounds like Sony had a teraflop. Does that not work there? Will this be the deciding point for consumers who have no idea what these numbers mean? Likely not. But time will tell as gaming consoles continue to stretch their capacity closer to that of their PC competitors. Continuing on the nerd front, one company whose lips remain tightly sealed is Bethesda. As they talk about new game releases like Doom, who cares, they refuse to talk about the only game releases anyone cares about, Starfield and Elder Scrolls VI. While the past two E3 conventions have Todd Howard from Bethesda confirming we will see Bethesda's long-awaited Starfield game before we see Elder Scrolls VI, they refuse to give us any additional information on either game, leaving us in wait As someone who only plays Fallout and Elder Scrolls, I cannot tell you how disappointing this is. And for all you saying, oh, but Justin, what about Fallout 76 and Elder Scrolls Online? No, all right? No, just no. Mm-mm. The 90s are coming back to your screen in April. Yeah, the 90s. You know, the greatest decade known to man. Netflix, one of the most popular streaming services out there, maybe you've heard of it, is bringing a large number of 90s favorites to your screen come April 1st. This is very exciting. Hit movies that millennials and Gen Xers loved can now be shared with their children who may be experiencing the same kind of teenage angst that you can only relate to in 90s comedies. Some of those movies included in the unofficial 90s prize pack, I coined that, include Can't Hardly Wait, the Matrix films, 40 Days and 40 Nights. Josh Hartnett, anyone? Deep Impact and the Lethal Weapon films, including some of early 2000s greats like The Social Network, The Perks of Being a Wallflower, Just Friends. Some people call it a Christmas movie. I don't care. I think it's funny. Minority Report. Ooh, that's a good one. That's where we need to be with technology. We need to have some precogs. And The Hangover, classic, especially if you like Ken Jeong's penis. That's in that movie. In addition to these classic millennial picks, the greatest show that ever ran on television, Community, maybe you've heard of it, makes its Netflix debut on April 1st, ending its run on Hulu, where it has been previously. I personally am very excited about this because that probably means I'll be able to download episodes for my flights that I'll eventually be taking in the future. Who knows when? But for those of you that were not big Community fans or don't even know what the show Community is, you've got 6 brand new seasons to watch. That should fill your time with joy and laughter for quite some time. For the Lamb News Network, this is all the news you can use without the COVID-19 blues. We'll talk to you next time. Stay healthy, St. Diego. Oh, self-isolating. No one can turn the camera off but me.